Late morning in Athens and the sun is bearing down on streets that should be crammed with traffic and people, but are oddly empty. Our taxi driver Stathis has an explanation.
People, they don't go out, they're afraid.
Afraid of what?
They're afraid of what? The way of the whole situation. They're all home, watching television, listening to the radio.
With no money to spend and few jobs to go to, the crisis is keeping people indoors. Apart from the very group that should be taking shelter from the heat, but have been forced to queue up since dawn. The pensioners, getting their survival rations of 120 euros per person per week. We found a gathering of faces etched with anxiety and despair. So that's 120 euros, right, for how long?
120 ευρώ λέει, για πόσο καιρό θα φτάσουν αυτά?
Αυτά είναι όλα σχετικά. Δεν μπορεί να
It's all relative, we don't know.
Αν τρώμε κάθε μέρα ψωμάκι με λίγο ρύζι.
If we eat only bread with some rice.
Bread with rice. Yeah. So they're each allowed to get out 120 euros exactly, which is their weekly pension, about £80 at the current exchange rate, and you could argue not that much less than a pensioner would get in the UK. But the difference is that they have no idea whether that money will be available for them next week or indeed the week after. And it's that insecurity that's keeping them awake. The 2004 Athens Olympic T-shirt worn by one of the pensioners is a reminder of happy memories that have faded to ancient history. Watching it all with a tear in her eye was Stefania, a graduate of Cambridge University, lacking an obvious future. What upsets you so much about this particular scene?
Because I know that these people don't deserve this. I know they have worked hard all their lives to be able to have a pension. They have nothing to do with all this decision-making process. They have no real information. They don't know what to vote. They are confused. And this generation, my generation, the Greek people do not deserve this.
How are you going to vote on Sunday?
I sincerely hope that they will cancel the referendum because it is absurd. It has no question, no options, no information, no campaigning. If I have to vote, of course I vote yes for Europe. I am a European citizen, but that's not the question they're putting on the paper.
Mm-hmm. You went to Cambridge University.
Yes.
You studied modern languages. What is your future in this country?
I don't know if I have a future in this country. Every day I think about leaving, and most of my friends have left.
Back to Stathis and his taxi. Now we're on our way to the water, the traditional source of Athens' wealth as a trading power and the giant of shipping. So when you have people in your taxi, is that what the conversation is always about, the crisis?
Always. Always about the crisis, always.
It dominates your life?
Of course.
Our destination is the port of Parama, on paper a hub of maritime enterprise. In reality, something rather different. Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of the deep recession, the depression that this country is in. The silence, the extraordinary silence in what used to be the heart of one of the busiest shipyards and one of the busiest shipbuilding nations on the planet. And now look at it. An industrial graveyard. We did find proof of economic life here. A welder, the lone welder, at work all by himself in a giant warehouse. In a port that employed 5,000 before the crisis and now has more stray dogs than workers. At the end of the day, Stathis wanted us to meet his best friend, Vagelis, proud father of 4. He used to be a security guard until he lost his job 2 years ago. His unemployment benefit ran out after 6 months, and he hasn't paid his mortgage for a year. A proud, but now broken man. And what about for you for your dignity, for your dignitas as a man, as a father? This must be a very, very difficult situation.
Την τιμή πλέον σαν πατέρας δεν μπορώ να πω ότι την έχω.
I don't feel I have any honour as a father. They've taken it from me. I used to work 2 or 3 jobs a day. I could still do that, but there are no jobs left. I'm willing to take whatever I'm offered, but there is nothing.
There was money on the table, euros of course, fake monopoly ones from Germany. Now there's an irony.